Room 2. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Big Brother 16 cast reveal show that Miss Cleo and I are doing for you guys. But first, you know the deal. You can follow me over on Twitter. I'm at Reality Recaps. Cleo, say hi.
Hi, you can follow me, Miss Cleo BB, and obviously at Twitter. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
At Twitter, right. Here's my favorite part of having Cleo on the show. He can't fast forward this part. Make sure you guys thumbs up and subscribe if you want to help support our shows right here on this YouTube channel. It really helps us, as does getting the live feeds from us or help from Cleo at either of our sites, Cleo's Tumblr or us at yourrealityrecaps.com/feeds. And lastly, don't forget we're going to be live streaming the Big Brother premiere party 2 hours before the premiere over at yourrealityrecaps.com/bb16. Cleo. Oh my god, this cast came out today, and there's no returning players. So my team wins? That is the sound effect that you needed permission to use?
Yeah, that's my sound effect.
Are you upset over this?
Because while you were doing your intro that I clearly don't pay attention to, I was counting the number of recruits, and I have an official self-admitted total of 9 out of the 16, and some of the others are still questionable. Yeah, we can get into that when we discuss this, but I'm just.
Well, let's get into it. I say let's get into it. I'm going to try something a little bit crazy. Let's see how this works. Boom. Let's see. Start screen share. Okay, perfect. So let's first talk about Brittany, who is a mother of 3 who once faked labor to get out of a speeding ticket, and she recently started dating again after 6 years of marriage. Brittany, and she's also an event coordinator, Cleo, and hashtag can't handle not being able to hashtag. What are your thoughts on Brittany?
So I briefly watched the videos from Big Brother Network, and I just took quick notes, on Project Runway, how they take little quick notes. So I've just a couple of first impressions, and she I wrote PWL, pretty white lady, but she's actually. Her last name's Martinez, so I'm thinking, oh, she fulfills the Latino quota to keep it diverse. It really annoyed me that she was recruited 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Sorry. It bears repeating.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's. Well, have you seen Victoria? I think that's her name. Victoria.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that this was the second video I watched, and I wrote most likely to be second evicted, or hit the red button, but then I found myself writing that for 5 other people in the house. I'm like, well, there's so many factors. Why?
I'm going to tell you right now, here are things you need to think about while we're discussing this, because a lot of people want to know. We need to think of who we think is going to be the first out, who we think has the possibility to win, who we think is going to make it to jury. We can talk about those after we make it.
I wrote those in my notes too.
Good.
Not all my notes are superficial like that, but I mean.
Good. Well, we're about superficial, and that's why we're going to talk about Caleb, who joined the army after high school, was a prison guard in Iraq, and his family runs a hunting business, and his favorite movie is The Notebook. Oh, Caleb, he's an adventure hunting guide, is what he said when he was talking to Jeff, and that his technique is the bobber sinker effect.
I totally zoned out what that analogy he was talking about. I'm like, I wanted a big heaping spoonful of Ritalin in the middle of that because I could not. I was like, what is he talking about? My word for him is bore whore. That was my keyword.
but he's very into athletics and fitness, and he looks like he has something under that denim shirt. So I'm a
Oh
fan.
yeah. I he's the one that I clearly hope gets naked and or at least walks around shirtless if he's not being a douche. And here, you know, a fun little fact while watching these videos, and how this is gonna drive everybody absolutely crazy from this point forward. So I apologize in advance. But how do you spot a newbie, like a recruit, from someone who actually knows what the hell's going on? When they're
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe I want to guess.
well, I've okay here. If I what is the answer to the question? What are you looking forward to most about the Big Brother house? What is the answer that only recruits and newbies give?
Oh, I don't know. What is the answer?
The competitions.
Oh,
And
okay.
so go back, all of you people, like, go back and watch the videos, and when it gets to the question, what are you looking forward to most? It's competitions. You have to make a mashup of it because it's hilarious once you start paying attention to it. I promise. The
I don't know if
competitions.
you've noticed, Cleo, we can't keep up with the demand for shows these days, so we're not really editing. We're just pumping out the shows now because the people just want to hear us and are like, stop editing, give us more shows. But, sure, a mashup, it's on the list. Here's what I would have said, Cleo. I think it's really obvious whenever Jeff asks them what their favorite season is, and they're like, 14, 13, like one that they just watched 20 minutes ago.
I did not hear one person make a reference to a season more than like pre BB10 or pre BB12. It,
Yeah, because I think they all got there like before the Jeff interview. I think they've only been there 2 days. So how many seasons could they get through in 2 days? And they probably are watching backwards. So
and on that note, they weren't watching it at home, which would I still stick to my belief that this was, back a month ago. I do think this was it was intended to be a mixed veterans and newbies season.
mhm.
Um, it's sort of suggested by the fact that we've what appears to be two teams and stuff, uh, and you see all the gross majority of these people are recruits, and not just recruits, but very recently recruited.
Mhm.
So this isn't a cast I feel like that was put together over over the several months that auditions were happening. Um, I I will give Robin Cass the benefit of the doubt, and see she obviously saw something that there's potential, but I feel bad for a lot of the fans out there watching who didn't get a chance to go on this season because a recruit did. I you know
Well, I think that's a perfect segue, Cleo, because speaking of what Robin might be seeing in people, I know what she sees in Christine, and it's McCrae. Christine once threw a surprise birthday party for a homeless man in the park, was in a hot air balloon accident in high school, but only walked away with bruises and has been to Disneyland more than 50 times. I'm freaking obsessed with Christine.
yeah,
Love her.
my first impression of her was she looks like the female Ian Terry, but with tattoos, and someone who Will from Big Brother 14 is
13.
going
Yeah.
to 14. Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, 14 is going to have a field day impersonating this season.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a total character, and yeah, I don't know much about what her game will be like, but um,
Oh, I do. Oh, I do. So in her interview, she's a barista now, and she's not like McCrae though, because she's not a pizza boy. She's a coffee girl. So like same thing, pretty
do
much.
you
I feel like
believe
they're one.
that? Do you really believe that? Like,
Yeah.
was McCrae really a pizza delivery boy?
Well, I'm saying she's a barista the way McCrae was a pizza boy. And she's a gamer, as if you couldn't tell, and she's very like dorky, like
Yeah.
she's very much like that
Yeah,
during her interview.
yeah. Um,
Uh-huh.
what I did like about her was she wants to win the first HOH and have the alliances come to her. So she is channeling full on Rachel Riley, and I love that about her. And she doesn't like floaters, so
Well, she's the feeder. Well, she said she was a live feeder, and she did it, and she said it correctly. Because there are like two other people that are like, I love the live feed. It's feeds. It's plural. So I don't think you know what you're talking about. At least she got it right. She knows it's plural. So we're plus with her.
yeah,
Whatever. I like her. I can't wait to see
yeah.
more from her.
I think she's going to be a great character. My only concern is how well she'll be able to fit in with the other house guests, because it's when you have a lot of recruits, a lot of pretty people, you run the risk of having a sort of Heathers or Mean Girls scenario where the quirky or odd one doesn't fit in. I don't know if that will happen. She seems pretty cool, like someone that I would want to hang out with. So, uh, yeah,
Well, I'm sure she knows of you if she's a live feeder. You know, if she's watching the season, I'm sure. I'm sure she's. Look, Cleo, you spoiled a lot. People know who you are. But speaking of the pretty people, let us all just take a moment for Cody. And Cody is a 17 magazine 2014 hottest guy panelist where he gives young female readers advice on dating and fashion. And he was drafted to a pro soccer team in college, but was cut from the team after getting injured. Chick flicks are his guilty pleasure.
So is this another Shane? Is this another Shane Meany?
See, I got Dominic. No, I didn't get that.
Just because of the magazine. Just because of the magazine.
Mm-hmm. No, I wasn't getting gay from him or closet.
No. I just wait. This is Cody. Oh.
Douche. Do you have anywhere where you have
I wrote cute bore whore. Cute bore whore.
Okay.
And most likely to get into showmance with another recruit. And if he's a comp threat, most likely to be an early boot. But what the funniest part about his interview, at least the one that I saw, was that the thing he's looking forward to bringing to Big Brother most is his fun, outgoing personality, but it was delivered totally deadpan. My fun, outgoing personality.
He looks like Dominic to me. Like, you don't get it from his picture, but when I saw him on his interview talking to Jeff, I got a very Dominic vibe. But he also seemed douchey, and Dominic was actually fun.
Yeah, I like Dominic. I think Dominic's cuter, but that's just me.
Well, Dominic is, totally. But whatever. He wants to win the first HOH, and he said he's willing to not win and be loved by America. Here is how I would cast this show. Anybody that answers, I would rather be loved by America than win $1 million, I'd be like, next. You're off. You're not on the show. Please. So stupid.
Amen.
Yeah.
He's another one that is looking forward to the competitions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So some production-y person.
And he's from Jersey. Robin Cass knows I hate people from Jersey, and I hope he doesn't do he doesn't seem to have the Jersey stereotype. No offense, Adam Parker. It just if it's
Marie.
Well, GM's from Staten Island.
I said Marie as in a.
Race. Oh, Marie from Amazing Race? Oh, I love Marie. Okay, so then I've changed my mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and now that I know...
I think of Enzo, and I get a lot of, that casting the Jersey Shore personality. I hated that, but he doesn't give me that vibe, so...
No, he doesn't give me that vibe either. And maybe I take it back. Well, you know what? You're not going to see this for 90 days. I still think you're a douche. As of right now, turn me around. But then when you're home and you're closer, and then I'll like you.
I was too bored to get to the part where he was a douche, so.
Okay. Well, speaking of boring people, and I want to know what you think of this one, we have Derek, who attended college on a full basketball scholarship, got a master's degree in business management, but is now a police officer sergeant, and he's an undercover officer when he was only 20 years old. But he looks like somebody to me, and I cannot figure it out. Who do I think he looks like?
Can you throw his picture back up again?
Sure, here. Here is him. Like, I just feel like I don't know if it's another Big Brother player I'm thinking of, or I don't
He
know.
looks just very white.
Right, he is white. Good. Right.
Okay, so let's get to who. I have a Tony Vlachos 2.0. He's gonna lie about his job, which is so stupid because
Yeah.
he's the most likely to be found out about lying about his job, and who gives a crap? Like, ugh,
Can we?
like Kathy. Did anyone give a shit that Kathy was a cop? I mean,
No.
I
Well,
don't get it.
Well, see, now we both agree, so this isn't going to be interesting, but how long do you give it? I literally have here, bet with Cleo how long. I say he reveals he's a cop within within the first day, which we won't
First
see.
episode. First
Yeah,
episode.
first episode, so we
Yeah.
both agree.
He's
Okay.
but he won't tell the house. He's gonna tell like he's gonna pull someone into the storage room and be like,
Sure.
hey, I'm a cop, but you know,
Right.
like
You can trust
you could trust me out. No, I can't. I just watched Survivor last season, so I can't trust you. But
Oh,
I
that's a
wrote,
good point. That's a good point.
I'm
They are.
sorry, you've like after Dan season 14 and after Tony and Survivor, you cannot swear on your badge, you cannot swear on the Bible and expect me to give two shits about it. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing, and especially if you're caught lying about it, bye-bye. You're not going to be trusted, and I still don't understand why people lie about their jobs. Unless your job is former winner of Big Brother, who gives a shit? No job
Yeah.
will help you in this house.
Yeah,
That
I think there's pros and cons to your job because if people think you have money, then they think you don't deserve to win. I think in the end game, in the long run, it matters if you made it to final two, but you got to get to final two first.
Yeah, but is a cop someone that cop is a public servant? No one would ever not give them money. I mean,
Well, that's true.
whatever.
I agree. I agree with the whole cop scenario. But if you're like, astrophysicist, whatever, or a former baseball player, which hold on, I just have to make myself look good because this is my favorite one of the season so far. Is
Wait. Before we move on, I just
oh
have
yeah, yeah.
one. Oh, so I have him uh, most likely to build a spy shack / jack shack in the backyard.
Oh yeah. Oh totally. I think Devin is, and he also said he had a temper and he was willing to go crazy, but not offend anybody. I didn't get it. He was weird in his interview.
Yeah,
Uh,
whatever.
Here's who's not weird, who I totally have a crush on already. Well, until I saw him speak. Picture-wise, Devin. And he's a former professional
Oh yeah.
baseball player who used to play for the St. Louis Cardinals. Sport talk, sport talk, sport talk. And he was 6'2" by the time he was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some.
Yum, 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 yum.
I do love that. He was a little rockish though. Like his picture is not doing him justice. I mean, actually, he looks worse on the video than in his picture. It was weird. I got the rock, is what I'm saying. He was very smiley. He gave up his pro baseball career because he had a daughter, so he gave it up for his family. That right there tells me, Devin, you don't have the winning spirit for Big Brother.
He says he wants to play with integrity. Bye.
Bye.
Like, why are you on this show, honey? And he's someone who. So I didn't have him written down. Okay, I'm gonna make him a recruit because make that my count is now up to 10 because
Okay.
he auditioned for Amazing Race. Like there were a couple of these people that auditioned for Amazing Race and they just weren't into their partners, so meaning casting wasn't into the second one, so they sent him over to Big Brother, and I wrote most likely to be evicted. Like he says he wants to play with integrity, but I wrote he's most likely to be evicted after doing something that makes the house think he doesn't have any integrity.
I think it's going to be another,
Howard.
yeah, another Howard. I think it's
But
going
not
to be
because
Howard.
he's black. But not because he's black, because of the integrity thing. because Howard
Yeah,
made such a big deal about how much the wants to know
right.
come across as a man of God and having integrity, but then he did things that were just not that were shady, and that's why they evicted him.
Well, I think that, well, we got a woman of God coming up soon, but
Oh God,
I
yes.
like him or Shima part two, but wait, I just have to disable that. So yeah, I think he's gonna. I see. I think he is not gonna really do anything shady. He seems like a really genuine person, but he, to me, honestly, might be my pick to go home first, just as a physical threat. And if he's talking all integrity, I don't know. I think he might be out first, but I don't
I
know.
think it's hard to predict who will be out first because it will. I think it all depends on the mechanics of the twist.
Yeah.
Like if this were like just a plain season of Big Brother, I think it'd be easier to kind of gauge who will. But this, until we know how it will work, like
Right.
it's too. But I don't see him going far at all, or any of these people who don't know this show. It's like
Yeah, well, people who don't know the show aren't going far. I have to say, the person coming up next, and I want you to guess who you think I'm talking about, is somebody who, looking at the picture, I totally thought I knew what I was getting. And then once I watched the video, my whole idea changed. So anybody who?
Dottie.
Yes, you are correct. Let me bring up his picture for everybody. It is Mr. Duck Dynasty himself,
I,
Donnie. Yeah.
I have Duck Dynasty reject on my notes.
Oh, well, yeah, we're getting there. So he's a small town guy whose claim to fame is that he was the janitor at Kelly Pickler's high school. He's never been on a plane, and he may look like a hunter, but he hates killing animals. Poor little Donnie.
He looks like Fidel Castro's doppelganger, and
Right.
looks like someone that in a horror movie would murder you at night. Like,
But when you listen to him talk, he's like, "Oh, dude, how you doing, everyone? I'm so happy to be on Big Brother." Like, it's so not at all what I expected at all.
yeah,
He seems so nice and timid. Like, when I first saw his picture, I was like, "Well, so much for not being a racist season." Oh, there we go.
I think actually he's the most likely to be. Well, depending on how likable he is, most likely that we'll see egg accounts on Twitter calling him horrible terrorist things because of his beard and just being downright awful about that.
I don't know terrorist things. He's like Kentucky or
Well, the way that that guy who was
yeah,
the guy whose father who was rescued from the
right.
prison of
Yeah,
war,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
Oh
like
God.
the
Oh,
news was like, oh, that's a terrorist beard,
yeah,
That's
we're losing everyone. They don't know what we're talking
sorry.
about there. Yeah. I also like how you just know they tipped him off about the shirt. Like, how hard did he have to go to find this Juddish type shirt? And if you were smart, you bought every one Walmart had so that you could sell them after. Because it's the stupid whole
Was that
pattern.
wasn't that unique of a shirt?
Yeah, well, look, it's like, it's the whole Judd thing. Like, Judd was the nature scene with the bear. This
Oh
one kind of
God.
has, like, squirrels and pine trees. So you totally know.
Let's go online and find it and buy like 100 of them and just
Oh, I
hope
did.
that he's
I already looked.
popular. And
I
let's
already
just
looked.
hope that he's popular. So,
hmm Or let's hope that he's not out first. But yeah, I think he was really interesting. He's a groundskeeper.
he's a
Um,
janitor. He's a janitor
right.
at a school.
At a school. But now, if you go back and watch him, like my impression of him didn't do any justice. I was also getting Zach Galifianakis from him. If you just kind of like listen to him talk and his mannerisms, he's kind of very much like that. So he's not at all Duck Dynasty racist that I thought he was going
No,
to
no,
be.
no. I will have a great impersonation of him by the second week. I'm pretty sure of that. He's a character. He's a definite character, and I'll get his voice down really well.
No,
I think he's gonna make it to at least, he's like one of those people that will make it to, the second or third on the jury, like Chef Joe or Casey, or not Casey, but like he's just kind of that older person that gets along well, but won't be able to hold his own in comps. So he is not seen as a threat. So he gets kind of far, but just sputters out mid game. But we'll definitely make it to jury, I think. He's nice. He looks like a nice guy.
No, he seems like a really nice guy. And I just want to let all of you guys know, definitely keep your questions coming. We just want to get through the people first, and then we'll go back and answer your questions and see what you guys have to say. All right, Cleo, I don't know if you could tell by looking at the pictures, but there is a gay this season.
Is it Lagaja Estrada?
No, it is Frankie.
Oh my God! Did you recognize him?
No, I didn't.
Because he's worried that people might recognize him.
Well, he depresses me, but hold on, let's tell people about him. He's a former Broadway actor, now a popular YouTube sensation with over 175,000 subscribers, nearly 10 million views, and his sister is multi-platinum selling pop singer. I don't know what her... Ariana Grande. That was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Oh, P.S. everybody, thumbs up and subscribe, because that thing, he has more. So could you help me out? Thank you. Go ahead, Cleo.
He is like...
Is he calling you?
It's probably his mother calling me. So no, just let it go. Anyway, I think he should have auditioned for RuPaul's Drag Race, not Big Brother. And he's like Will from Big Brother 14, just not just way more douchey. Like more Nick Uhas on the scale of douche. He's like Nick Uhas level of douchiness, and it's just the once again, Big Brother gives America another reason to hate gay people by exploiting the most awful stereotypes of vain, narcissistic, shallow people who are just one step back for Big Brother.
See, I want to support him. I want to support Frankie.
Why? Because he's gay?
Well, yeah, I want to... Go ahead.
The winner was gay last year. Okay, so...
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Team gay.
Yeah. And I'm all... I don't think I should ever have to say... We've come far enough that I don't feel like I have to support someone just because they're gay. If he's a douche, he's a douche, and he's going to be treated accordingly.
I agree. If he's a douche, he's a douche. But I want to support him because, well, I don't think we know that yet. Look, first of all, I give him props for hanging off of Jeff's neck and like being all up in Jeff's face on their interview. Like I enjoyed that. But here's what I will say, maybe even in CBS's defense, I think. Well, but no. See, I was going to make the argument of if they cast just like a you or a me gay, we might not be entertaining enough to keep an audience watching a television show on TV in their minds, in the production's minds. However, there's a ton of boring people on the show, so why wouldn't that work? I'm just saying I think they need like a super over-the-top gay character in order to cast it.
I completely agree. On the other hand, I don't want him to start turning his diary rooms into his like they're his YouTube videos. I see him as being the one house guest who like looks directly into the cameras and like mugs for it, and would be in a conversation and like deliver a punchline and then be like,
if he's smart, he will.
No, but it's just like he's when you're it's like when you're a try hard, it's just it becomes really annoying really fast, and you lose that sense of feeling like you have someone genuine, like you don't
Yeah.
you
I
like that, like Nick Uhas. Just going back to him, he was like the diary room. You know, he was had so much diary room time during the like 3 episodes he was on that show. Um, but it was he's really animated and all that stuff, but it it was at the expense of not getting to know anything about him because it was like he was just on. It was that he was his character, and it's like never knew what he was really like. It just
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, but
sorry,
we've
sorry.
reached our Nick Uhas talk for this episode. So,
Sorry.
yeah, I hope that Frankie does go far. I think the house is going to break him down, and that super over the top personality comes out. I didn't so much get douche from him, but I do agree with you. It is 100% casting the gay stereotype in Frankie. So hopefully he'll surprise us on the
he
show.
he just needs to humble himself. I didn't like the way he says like his strategy would depend on whether or not he's recognized when he gets in the
Yeah,
house. Like, honey, you're not going to be recognized. I guarantee it. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. I get well.
really,
Well,
like really.
yeah. Well, we'll see.
Okay,
We'll
and,
see.
and let's say, hold on. Even if they did recognize him,
Yeah, I agree with that.
unless you're related to Rachel Riley, it don't matter. It doesn't matter.
All those things only matter if you're playing against a ton of super fans. And as you have pointed out, we basically have, what, 4/5 of the cast that probably know nothing about this game. So the only ones you have to be worried about are the ones that understand how your YouTube following could probably impact voting and stuff like that. So,
Actually, interesting point. Question. Now, because of the situation with how many new people there are, the good thing about it is you have a lot of people who are playing as though this is one of the early seasons where they don't know they're going to probably make a lot of really stupid mistakes, a lot of boneheaded mistakes uh, because of their lack of history. Is
right.
that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, I think it's possibly good for the entertainment value, but bad for the like, oh my God, you know it's going to happen. How could you be so stupid? Why are you doing that? What's your take?
Well, I want to know what all you guys think. So comment
Yeah,
below.
please, please.
What do I think? I agree with you, but I almost feel, and we can talk about it a little more when we get through the last of these people, but I almost feel like all of these twists are thrown in to kind of avoid that in a way. Like in order to make it more drama filled. Look, I'm going to be honest. I forgot what your question actually was because I was pulling up the next person.
Just
Am I not
the
answering it correctly?
no, the question is with these are basically Big Brother virgins who don't know the game,
Right.
and
Right.
you could use tricks on them that were done 2 seasons ago, and they would fall for it because they don't know it, because they
Correct.
didn't watch it. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? That's what I want to know from the people watching. Do you think that's
Sure.
good or bad?
Okay.
I don't know. It could be. I'd love to see another someone pull another Marcellus or a Lawan. Uh, I love when people do stupid shit.
But then it comes down to the fact the only people who are going to be able to pull that over on them is like a Christine McCrae Part 2. I think Frankie, who said he's watched. Anyone that mentioned the feeds would have to be one of the non-recruits would be the only people that could pull that over on somebody. And I don't know if they would. I didn't get that from the non-recruits.
Actually, and here's the thing that would be a good thing about it. They wouldn't realize how harmful it is to your game to fight with people and to like unload on someone. So, because a lot of people recently don't want to engage, they want to like uh, calm things down, not get into stuff because it's bad for your game. These people don't know any different, so maybe they'll give us a good Big
Uh,
Brother 12 Rachel Reagan fight.
Oh, sure. A Big Brother 12 Rachel Reagan fight. I agree.
Okay.
But believe me, they had some
A
sensitivity.
Rachel Kristen fight.
Yeah. Kristen. Yeah. But
Uh,
trust me, they had some sensitivity training. So they're not, I think there's going to be a lot that doesn't happen this season. But wait, don't talk because you just gave me the perfect segue. Speaking of Kristen and Reagan, did you almost fall out of your chair when you saw the name of the next person on our list? One Mr. Hayden
Hayden Voss.
Voss. Not Moss, but Voss, who's a pedicab driver who recently moved to LA without knowing a soul. He's a self-described player and plans on using his surfer dude exterior to his advantage while in the Big Brother house. I don't know. I purposely watched the Big Brother ones because I know you were watching the other interviews, Cleo. All he did with Jeff was talk about like I have a good body and I ride a pedicab and it's like I get paid to work out and I have such a great body and here's my body, dude. That was his
I
whole
wrote
interview.
I wrote unemployed recruit next.
Yeah. Clearly he looks really good with his shirt off driving a pedicab, everybody, but
Wonderful. I mean,
yeah.
he's probably the. He seems. I mean, that name is so like
Mm-hmm.
wow, potential, but he doesn't know shit about this game. He's 21, and I think he's most likely to get into showmance and be the David Gerton of the season if he doesn't. But he doesn't seem as stupid as David.
No, he doesn't seem as
He
stupid at
seems
all.
likable. He seems likable. Just who is he going to choose to kind of be in a showmance with? That's the question.
This is true. Well, I think I have an idea, and she's coming up. But Hayden didn't know the game. Hayden was recruited, so wouldn't
But
that be funny?
Hayden was a fan of Survivor, and he
Yeah.
auditioned for Survivor. Like Hayden's smart. Hayden is a really smart guy, and he's someone that, and he wasn't 21, and he didn't need to
Hmm.
know. I don't know. I, Hayden just has not this Hayden.
Yeah, not that
Hayden
Hayden.
Moss has a lot of um, social perceptiveness. Like
Right.
he picks up cues, and you can't underestimate that. So, and that's something that we can't tell from these interviews yet. We will
No.
not know that until the game is
Till
afoot.
Friday at 1 a.m. Let's move over to who I am super excited about because fingers crossed I get all the Shima vibes from her. And it is my favorite. Her name, what is her? Oh, her name is
Jocasta.
Jocasta. She's a minister and who once got into an argument with a churchgoer for complaining about her not wearing pantyhose. She would swear on the Bible to win the game Big Brother and plays pranks on her husband when she's mad at him. Most likely to throw a microphone in a pool.
Uh, I think she's most likely to inspire the hashtag STFU Jocasta.
Oh, I did not get that from her interview with
Watch his
Jeff.
watch his watch his interview. Watch her interview with Big Brother Network. I was like writing it out.
Oh my
STFU.
God.
She's a little chatty catty. That's and I don't know that Keith fashion sense with the bow tie, but she seems like yeah, like I don't know what to expect for her, and yeah, she's a wild card, a
She,
wild
I think,
card.
is going to go crazy. I think, but I mean, then again, she's a minister, so now I don't know. But I just get,
Yeah, but remember Keith was a deacon or something. I mean, what does that really mean? I mean,
well, that is true. I should also say because he's not on the graphic for the premiere party, and I'm sure not that any of you care, but Keith will be there, and we'll be interviewing Keith as well. Updated news. So yeah, but I don't care about Keith because who was he again? First out, right? Yeah, I liked her.
I just remember he had like the only time I ever heard about him after the show was when he sent out dick pics that were
Hmm.
pixelated.
Yeah.
Spicy, damn you! What is spicy? Is the one that sent him out. and she pixelated them.
Don't pixelate our kids.
Don't pixelate them.
So, Jocasta, she's going to play a social game. She, wants to win. She would rather win the money than win and be hated by America than lose and be loved. So I like that. And she's willing to swear on the Bible. So good for you. It's not going to work, but I'm glad you're willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Did you see my tweet about what I would do about this whole swearing on shit? And I said I would get an urn and I would empty an ashtray into it, and then I'd say it's my grandmother inside the urn, and then I'd swear on it all summer long. That would be my strategy. Or I would take a book, like a blank book, glue the pages together and tie it shut. Be like, this is my grandfather's Bible that was passed down to me for generations. I'm a Jew, so I'm not even, why would I swear on a Bible? But I would say it's a Bible. Big Brother had me seal it because I'm not allowed to bring books. But you just swear on this fake Bible, and then boom.
It's interesting.
You get it. You get to swear on the Bible without, offending anybody because it's not a real Bible, or an urn if it's not really your dead grandma.
I was almost gonna say something, but I don't want to offend anybody. Okay, so let us go to our lady with the name of Joey, and she was her high school's mascot, a tiger, in case you cared. She was homecoming queen, senior class president. She has liberal views, a strong stance on recycling, and once traveled to the San Juan Islands helping terminally ill patients with end-of-life care. And, John, since I know you're watching, she is from Seattle. You're bored by her, Cleo? Because I haven't gotten to the best
no!
part.
Oh, I just have Lydia 2.0 recruited next. No, I'm kidding. What are your thoughts about her?
Well, I like that she's a makeup artist, but yeah, I do see the whole Lydia thing. I don't know if she said it in your interview, but she was talking about how she's a lady lover, but not a lesbian with Jeff. And she just kept saying...
I thought she looked like a total lesbian, especially with the name Joey. But I don't know. I didn't
get it. She says she's not. She says she's not.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying it was interesting. It's like if I said I describe myself as a woman lover. It was just weird.
I am a woman lover too. I love Rachel Riley. I love Alyssa. I love the Riley girls. I love a lot of women, but I don't love them.
I don't know if you love them in the way that Jocasta wants you to correctly, is what I'm saying.
Well, everybody say love.
Everybody say love. Okay, here is who I think most likely to put his penis in a toaster. Hayden of this season is going to want to have a showmance with, and it is Nicole, who has dreamt of moving into the Big Brother house since she was 8 years old and would love to have a showmance with someone like Ian.
Oh, those shorts. Those shorts.
Oh, the whole thing. The whole
that look. But she's a live feed watcher.
Mm-hmm. So we like her. She's a feed.
I like that. She's quirky. She has super fan cred, which I like. But the thing is, this is what's weird though. She sent her audition video in 2 days before the deadline. So it's like, did you really want to be on the show? Or, I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Why would you wait? If you really want to be on Big Brother, why would you wait until 2 days before the deadline?
Well, I have a theory why with her, because there was only one word that I underlined over and over while she was talking, and it was whiny. She was like, oh, girls don't like me, and I don't know why girls don't like me. Oh, Jet. I was like, stop whining.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like grating nails on a chalkboard. And then she's like, I'm unemployed, but I'm in college, and I'm a nurse. So I don't know what she does. I'm confused.
Yeah, she's a there's so much confusing. There like these notes that I'm looking at are just riddled with contradictions. Because like her answer to what she's looking forward to most is competitions. That's what the recruits say. Uh, I don't know. Uh, her
I don't
favorite
know.
alliance. Her okay. Oh, this is another reason why I doubt her super fan cred. Her
Hmm.
favorite alliance was like she said like Ian. Did she mean the Quack Pack or is this
Yeah.
someone who really hasn't watched Big Brother prior to season 14?
Yeah. Well, isn't she young? Yeah, she's only 21. I mean, and she says she
22.
started.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you know any like every Big Brother super fan knows Chilltown,
Mhm.
Brigade, Quack Pack, or just
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I don't know. She annoyed me. I thought she was whiny. They're trying to go for the small town girl thing with her, but it's weird, and I didn't like her. I didn't like. She's likes the
I
feeds. I like that. I didn't really like her.
I see her having a similar, but not as much so as Christine. But I ever see her having a more difficult time fitting in with the other house guests than I
Oh,
think that will be her
definitely.
problem.
Yeah, she's a little
Most
bit.
likely to find herself without an alliance after the first week.
Oh, I agree. I definitely agree. Now, let us move on to who I am super excited to tell you about. Personally, the person I think is most likely needs to give her outfit back to the 90s, but it's Paula, and she's a Maxim magazine girl who is also a top-ranked female gamer and is determined to become the best female DJ in the world after making a splash in the electronic music scene a couple of years ago. But wait, Cleo, here is why you're going to love her. She gave such shit to Jeff for being a bad interviewer.
Oh my God, did I love her
Oh,
already? Wait,
oh
hold
yeah.
on. Wait, yeah, sorry. Debbie Gibson's on the phone. She's
Yeah.
calling from like 1988, and she wants her music video outfit back. Okay. We'll do. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Okay, you got that? Is it Paola?
Paula.
Oh,
Paula.
Pow Pow. We need to call her Pow Pow.
Well, she might find that offensive.
No, that's her. She said her nickname is Pow Pow.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
She said Paula to Jeff.
yeah. But on my interview, she said Pow Pow.
Well, she apparently has split personality disorder, so what else?
This is what my favorite quote is. Uh, she says that she thinks it's one of her advantages is it's the first time they think they're gonna have a female DJ. Uh, that's so relevant in Big Brother because you're totally gonna be spinning tracks in the Big Brother house. Like,
Yeah. She told Jeff she's a magnet. She's like, I'm a magnet, and I draw people to me because I'm a magnet. And there you have
okay,
it.
okay, girl,
Okay.
whatever you say.
You
She,
do you do you, Paula.
yeah. I can't wait to see your DJ skills when it goes to Fish, and
Oh.
so she's most likely to like talk about her career, and we have to go to feeds.
Exactly. You know what? Well, I don't want to forget about it. I just want to quickly say, Donnie, our groundskeeper, I really feel like the theme of the house really suited him, our Duck Dynasty. I think that that was good for him. So,
He's
if
totally gonna look perfect up in the treehouse cleaning up.
he is, he's going to look perfect. Okay, next is, who I couldn't stand right at this moment, so I'll probably love her. It's Victoria, who was raised by Orthodox Israeli parents, is expected to live at home until she's married, and even once rejected a public marriage proposal. She started her own photography business when she was only 19 years old without any formal training. Here's what I can't stand about her. Oh my God. Her whole interview, like, talk about ego. She just thought she was the greatest thing in the world. Like, I own a business.
She
Shut
says, I
up.
don't think they've ever had someone exotic on the show. I'm like, bitch, you are walking in the shadows of Rachel fucking Riley. That girl, like, you, in terms of
Exotic?
exotic in terms of, like, person, like, she's thinking that she's, like, this larger than life, unique personality. It's like, no, 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 no. You're a character, and there have been bigger characters than you, and you, like, unless you've got something to show, this isn't gonna,
Here's a
like,
better example. Here's a better example. I will give you personality wise. Yes,
that's what
Rachel has the
yeah,
biggest
I'm talking about
personality.
I'm talking
Sure.
purely personality. Exotic, I
Yes.
mean, what is exotic? I mean,
Well, I'm thinking. Well, yeah, I know what exotic. I'm gonna say maybe she means more ethnic, but I would even give that to like a Michelle Costa, who I think is
yeah,
much more
absolutely.
like and way more a bigger personality than her. She's
Absolutely.
also whiny. Like she's also like, oh, my business, my parents are running it.
She's very Kardashian.
Oh, that's it. That's exactly what it was. Don't like her. Next.
You know, like recruit next. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh, good.
and
Let's
you'll notice her favorite. Hey, Eric, what do you think she's looking forward to most about Big Brother?
competition. Yes, is
Uh,
that what it is? Competition? Oh, go ahead. Too late. Timing is part of
so
comedy.
I couldn't find the right. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I can find the right thing, and you know what it is?
Zach.
It's Zach, and I want to call him Zach Morris, but no.
Yes,
He is
yes,
he's a self-described con artist
yes.
who recently earned his economics degree. His best friend is his 10-year-old brother, and someday he wants to be a professional caddy. Problem is, can't believe that anything he is saying is true.
Okay, this guy gave my favorite quote of all the interviews. When he was asked how much of an interview of a fan are you, he's like,
Mhm.
on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being like Ian Terry, I'm a solid 4.5.
Really? Fan of Big Brother?
4.5.
Okay, Zach.
That
Hmm.
was I mean, that's funny. He's charming. He's like he's a hustler, and he's got a lot of, yeah, a lot of potential. He's got the looks, the schmoozing, the wheeling dealing. He's going to be someone that brings momentum to the house. He may be someone that is a
Uh-huh.
total douche, but if there's someone to get excited about, I think it's him. I wrote down the most likely to be the beneficiary of broad intervention
Hmm.
and to be at a showman's. He's gonna probably be our star this season, or one of them,
Ooh,
if he plays it right.
I don't feel that strongly about him. I thought he was definitely douchey. I didn't think he was that good looking. He didn't seem to have a lot of answers for Jeff. However, what I did love about him is he used my line of I will lie, steal, cheat, and kill you to win the $1 million. And for that reason alone, I love him. That is the
Million.
mentality we should all have.
God, he needs to learn how much he's playing for first, if that's what he said. But
Yeah.
look, uh, I have to just respect him for his willingness to, he's going into the game with the game mentality. And
Mhm.
he's not afraid to cut a bitch to get his money. And that's the point. That's what we want to see. He's going to play hard, play people, and he'll do it. He doesn't give a shit. And that's what we want. That's what we want to see. And I'm all about it. I'm
I am all about
all about it.
I am all about him too. And lastly, our last person we need to talk about, and to quote Vicky Gunvalson, was like, for me, is the one and only Amber,
Yeah,
who loves to
old
play
and think,
pranks on people. Being raised by a single mother in a low-income housing has taught her what it's like to struggle and will stop at nothing to win the money so she can help her mother. Jordan called that storyline's been taken already. is what I'm saying.
Yeah, she was the other person I wrote most likely to be evicted second because she reminded me of like Monet and Cassie, but with
Mm-hmm.
half the personality. She's a mactor. She's a recruit. Um, she's fodder.
Don't care.
She's I so don't care. I
Yep.
don't care.
I was like, next, go first. We need some people to go first, so I'm
Yeah,
glad. Yep.
she's someone that makes you want to have a double eviction on night one, to get rid of her and like.
Which we might. You never know. So let's talk about these twists a little bit, Cleo, because we didn't get to talk to you yesterday about what you thought about the twists. So as we found out yesterday, two HOHs. HOHs are not safe. We have the new competition, Battle of the Block, but we don't really know the details. So what are your thoughts on all of this news that has come out yesterday?
Um, I saw the show yesterday and your show. I'm fully in agreement with that. What you had read. Um, I forget the Twitter handle of the guy who wrote it, but um, I. So wait. So what's the question basically? What do I
My
just
question for you is, what is your overall thought of these new twists interjected into the game? Like, do you think
confusing?
it's... Yeah,
Confusing as hell, and something that I thought would have been saved for a season with vets, where you can't, you know, where you're thrown for a curve and don't really know how to strategize around that. Uh, that's kind of why I go back to the whole like I was surprised that there aren't vets. Um, it's something that I think will only last for 4 weeks, just because how many times can you have four nominees? I don't know. It's it seems like what bothers me the most about it is it if any twist were to encourage floating, this is it. I said yesterday that the theme is called "Floaters." Here's a lifeboat because that's what it pretty much is. Unless we find out more, until we find out more, there is currently no incentive to win HOH. It might as well be a game of hot potato because no reason why you would want to um, win the HOH, get blood on your hands by nominating people and putting a target on your back, and then basically having what happened to Shima, uh, you know, when Jeff had the coup d'etat and her HOH was overthrown, and then she was gone. She was nominated and gone within the next couple of days. That would be happening every week.
right.
No one wants to play. No one wants to be Shima'd uh,
Mhm.
in this game, and uh, so they there has to be some level, some element that gives them a reason to want to win HOH, some benefit that they get, because I can't imagine anyone wanting to risk it. And I know you had mentioned to me on the phone, like, well, maybe they won't tell them ahead of time about this before the first competition, but it doesn't matter because the second, third, and fourth HOH,
Yeah,
they will know. I also think that this battle of the block, whatever, it just sounds very similar to season 14, where it's just instead of the coaches comp, it's this will be used, and it's just sort of a gimmick that I don't know.
I
There's
agree
too
with you.
much we don't. There's too much we don't know. I yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's something that I think we can know and have an opinion on. And it is from David North, and he says, I know you will, but we didn't. Um, will you please address the tragedy of casting a tweeny bopping pop star's brother? Isn't this completely bogus? Now, here's my first reply to this. I don't know who his sister, the pop star, is. I don't know who she is at all. But do you, Cleo, think that was, production or whatever, trying to tap into that teeny boat?
No. Oh, and I'm glad you brought this up because about this voting situation.
Mm-hmm.
I still stick to my belief that well, I actually never share. I haven't shared this publicly. I think the voting will be very much like Opposite Worlds. If you've seen that show during the winter, where they're going to give us stuff to vote on that might make us feel like we're playing an important role in the game, but really won't be consequential. It'll just make us feel like it's consequential, but it really won't be. Um, I don't think we're going to be given any powers to nominate someone. I don't think we'll be given powers to remove someone from the block. Uh, we might be able to save someone or protect someone or something, but uh, I don't think they're going to allow us to significantly interfere with the game that much. Or
And,
because
well,
um,
I disagree with you, and I say that they will. I think we're going to be voting for one of those HOHs, and I think we will have a little bit of power, but we'll find out. We will find out. Well, here's a more specific. What?
that's that that is that is a possibility to vote for the second HOH, and then
Mm-hmm.
they'd have to go head to head.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, I could actually I could see that, because then it doesn't become a matter of throwing HOH comp. America has decided for you. Actually, you know what? Now I'm totally on board with what you just said, because that would totally solve the problem of people all throwing the HOH comp. Because
That would.
then they don't know who America will put up against them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
or if they throw it and then someone from the opposite team wins, is
Right.
like a comp beast. For all you know, America will make you the second HOH, and then you have to go head to head. Like, I could see, I now I can really see that happening.
Well, then, here's a question from UMT GM65 Marlon Adams, who says, does the Battle of the Block save challenge threats since the strongest pair of nominations will come off the block?
No, it's a HO. The HOHs are battling, right?
Right. I think what he's saying is, does it favor the strong people? Like,
Well,
does it?
it
No,
favors the comp threats.
yeah.
Like, I think that the comps will be very similar to the coaches comps from 2 years ago, and uh, if you if you are nominated, if the HOH on your team is a comp beast, you're in good shape.
Right.
Uh, but
Well,
yeah,
what here is, and I know this isn't random because I love you guys being in the chat room, but you should hashtag YRR Live and tweet us so we can pull your questions up. But I just happened to actually be on the page for this in the chat room. Cleo, you have a question from J-Boy who says, what if they have two vets for captains for each team? Because as we know, there's two memory walls. The theory is the house is being split in half, team versus team. So J-Boy is saying, what if they bring back two vets to lead these teams? Meaning you could still have your precious returning players.
well, uh, it just seems too similar to season 14. However, does this twist not play into the hands of Dan Giesling? Like,
Who?
I mean, Dan. Oh, are you
Oh, who?
Dan? Like, I mean, throwing like, if there's anyone, because this, you have to be a good social player to get through
Yeah.
these first few weeks with this twist, because you want to stay off that block. You want to, you know, I I think this is, but Dan wouldn't have to be doing that because he would be a coach. Oh, but
Uh-huh. Yeah. I
I
don't know.
I
Who?
praying to God that there's no Dan Giesling coming back, or I
Oh, this is There's a lot of talk in the room, Cleo, that people
How
are
do I see
saying
this room? Where do I see this room?
do not go see the room because you're already having a little audio issues and you should only have your one window open. I'll
Oh
just
shit!
let you
Sorry,
know.
sorry. Oh shit! Sorry, sorry, sorry. Let
hmm
me close those others. Sorry.
There is, yeah. Well, now that we're
Done.
basically now that we're
Sorry.
basically done,
Well, bitch, you should have told me.
I know I really should have. So people are saying that you're a little bit up Rachel's butt. However, Ibram Naziz says you guys should watch Zach's interview with Rachel. He hates Rachel and tells her that. I'm sure that went over great.
I'm sorry for being a little up Rachel's butt, but I love her.
You're allowed to love her. We all love her. And if we don't, I don't think.
But
Look, I don't.
I love a lot of Big Brother. I just love to throw her
We
name
just
out.
love. We just love to
I
love. So
love.
don't hate.
Love.
Don't hate people. No hate. Okay. Who do we think? Hunger Slytherin. Jer says, who do we think is going to be the first out, Cleo?
One of the 10 recruits.
One of the 10 recruits.
Is that sad that I just said 10 recruits?
I hate to say it because I really don't want it to happen, but I think it might be Devin.
Oh, don't say it. Don't.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it's going to be Devin because I think out of everybody there, everybody at least in their niceness, Devin is the Howard-ish hottie black man.
Oh God, and that will be so bad if he continues because doesn't Big Brother and Survivor have a history of the black guy always goes home first, and then the model always goes home second?
I have a whole theory behind that, but I'm not intelligent enough to articulate it correctly, and I don't want it to come off as racist. So I'm just saying, I feel like
Hold on, stop it. Racist means you hate, like.
Okay, but we're not dealing with same people.
Stereotype. Can we talk about
stereotype?
Not
sure.
But you don't want to be stereotypical, not racist.
That's true. I don't want to be stereotypical, but here's what I'm saying. Here's the point that I want to say. I feel like casting, and I don't mean Robin in general, I mean casting of all reality shows, don't cast like black people that they feel are going to play into like the angry black person role, which is why, unless we're dealing with Real Housewives of Atlanta, because they want them to be shown in a positive light on their show, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I mean, I even wrote in my notes, I said, why is he on BB?
Right.
Why is he on? Because there were just people, I mean, aside from being a recruit, I'm just wondering, what the hell did he say, or some of these people say in their interviews with casting that made them go like, we have got to have this guy on the show. He is just, we need him.
Well, did you look at him?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what here's why I think he's first out. Like my honest to God reason is all the other people in their niceness still realized it was a game and were willing to do something to move ahead. His whole interview was just like, I gave up my $1 million career because I saw a firework in the sky and it made me miss my daughter, and I thought, why am I doing this? And like integrity and honor, and I'm like, he is gonna walk into that house. He is a recruit, so clearly he has no idea what he's in for. We're going to have Zach splitting people's throats. We're going to have Frankie doing like a gay parade. Like, he's gone first.
I just feel like there are a bunch of people that would fit that description too. But knowing the like train wrecks that could possibly happen, one of the best the person with most potential could get blindsided and be sent home because all the recruits will band together and be like, this person knows what the fuck she's talking about. She needs to go, and then they're gone.
Well, and now they're calling you.
Can we also talk about one other thing that I heard mentioned a lot was I noticed a couple of girls were talking about girls, thinking of forming a girls' alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Which is further evidence that they don't know what show they're on.
Mm-hmm.
and Uh, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work on Big Brother. There,
Joey was
girls,
one of those girls.
yeah, girls do not play well together on Big Brother, especially when there are boys involved. And if that is sexist, so be it. But it's true. It's just supported by history.
I am so surprised. We are getting like a lot of comments, Cleo, that we are not more outraged. Like Taisha, I see your comments. Tony, the
I
end.
wish I could
Uh,
see these comments. Fuck.
yeah, they they think that it's ridiculous that here. Let me give you where's
I
Tony's.
wish I could talk to you folks, but I don't know what the
Are
hell you're saying because Eric won't let me
here
look at the chat.
here. Are you as pumped as I am that they put the pop star's brother on the show and are letting America vote? And I think, oh yeah,
Sarcasm.
sarcasm. Yeah, I was gonna say, and I think Tony's being sarcasm. Taisha's saying it, like everyone's saying in the chat room. People seem to be enraged. Is she that popular? I am gay,
What's
and
her
I don't
name?
know who this
I
person
have
is.
no idea. I have no fucking idea.
We don't know who this person is. They're not
Do,
that popular.
do we know the name?
Yeah, it is. Bum ba da bum. Oh
I
goodness.
think the only person that like would make that could cause outrage is if they're related to like a former BB player or a winner. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's that is like look at what happened to Alyssa last year. But
Uh, Ariana.
Hu-
Ariana, and I think
Huffington.
no. Like it's spelled Grande, but I feel like when they said it, they said Grange. So Ariana Grange, but it's Ariana and Grande. Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Do we know her?
20-year-old uh, actress and singer. She has a wiki page. You know
What
what?
song? Is there a song?
Uh, uh, well, the way Baby I almost is never enough.
No,
Honeymoon
don't
Alley.
know who this person
This
is.
sounds. I'm sorry. This sounds like one of the Disney stars that always gets cast on Dancing with the Stars that no one ever knows, except maybe if you're like a kid and you watch the Disney Channel. But
Right.
like,
Oh wait,
I
here
don't
we
think.
go. Wait, here we go. Ari, oh, ha ha ha. Well, here we go, and I hit the delete button instead of the put on the screen button. So we had somebody who just was filling us in, and I lost it. Sorry, I apologize.
Oh,
Um,
she did a song featuring. Oh, maybe I do know this girl. She did that one with Iggy Azalea. Here. Oh, I do know her.
okay, who is she? What's the
Oh
song?
my God.
People are watching. What's the song? Use
Problem.
your words. What is it?
Problem.
Why don't I know how that song goes?
The song is called Problem featuring Iggy Azalea.
Okay. Oh, are you playing it? Because we can't hear it.
Do you hear it?
No, you have earphones on. Okay, was that it?
Can you hear? Can you hear
Yeah.
it?
Okay, stop it. That's all we can play, or YouTube will shut us down. Yeah, okay. I still don't know who she is. So there. I don't know.
You know
I
what? This thing. I heard about Iggy Azalea. I looked up her YouTube videos, and then I found that. So that's the one. But again, who gives a shit?
well
She's not
here we
on Big Brother.
Well, here's what they're saying. So Scott on our YouTube page is saying, how do we not know her? She is hugely
Okay.
popular and has a #2 song in the
Okay.
country now. But wait, was cast because Big Brother wants her fan base and following to watch the show. She has 15 million followers on Twitter.
Okay. Well, what makes you think that her followers are gonna give a crap about her brother on Big Brother. I it's just like like oh they cast
The Kardashian, yeah.
Joey and Megan on Amazing Race because of ratings because they have lots of followers. That didn't translate into high ratings this season. Uh,
Maybe if they promoted it and didn't hate the Amazing Race.
okay, look, I will say this: if I think the people in the chat room, if I could see what they were saying, if they are bringing up the point that you know it probably might be unfair if we're voting to give an advantage to somebody, it would suck balls if she tweeted something like everybody vote. That
Well,
would suck.
she's going to.
Then that sucks. That's not
And
fair,
Cleo,
and I'll be pissed.
well, you and I together have like 15,000 people that we can direct somewhere. So we can compete with this 15. Oh, they said million. This just in. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, forget it.
apparently you didn't notice the M, not a K.
Yeah, there's a lot more zeros on the end of
Yeah,
that. But
I have like almost 15K. She's got 15M.
M. It's the
But
K's and the M.
I think you're
Oh,
I think it's much ado about nothing.
well, we are going to see. We are going to see. Jeffrey Marks, who, by the way, before you came on, Cleo, Jeffrey was in with me. He wanted to come on. He found a quiet room at work, but he wasn't allowed to talk. So we had a fun game of charades where he had to, like, sign out and spell to me that he wasn't going to be able to do the show because he couldn't talk. But he says he loves that America gets involved, but not in control because that ruins lives. He's Team Joey, Kristen, Caleb, and Donnie.
Ruins lives. How is it ruin lives?
Really?
No, to vote. Voting ruins lives?
Oh, sure. I think he means he wants fans to be involved in the show. Don't become so involved in the show that you're ruining people's lives.
Oh,
Is the point?
I think quite honestly, based on what's his name, Frankie's videos, is that she
Mhm.
probably will not want anybody to know that he's her brother because he'll annoy the crap out of her fans and he'll turn them off and I
Mhm.
I don't
Well,
know.
let's see. Time to follow her. She's about to get probably another million followers, or another however many live feeders there
But
are.
I just hope to God he's not. Well, he is obviously trying to use this as a vehicle to become his own,
Hmm.
pop star.
And good for him. Good luck. Andreas 3IFY says it seems like a repeat of last year's cast, black female, jock, token gay guy. I got news for you. It's a repeat of every season's cast
Thank you,
and
thank
every
you,
reality show ever.
thank you. No, Big Brother is. This is just the formula. This is the.
Yeah.
I was like last year's. This is every year, every year.
Hmm. Yeah.
I was hoping our gay would be someone like Kenny from Canada.
I thought it was when the little pictures came out and they were small, and I saw Donnie and I saw like
Duck
N
Dynasty
Y.
guy.
Yeah, I just saw the N and the Y and the beard. I'm like, oh my God, was this what the big? And then I was like, nope.
Yeah, because it'd be nice if they, the potential of a gay showmance, and because nothing would be funnier to watch
Never
than
gonna happen.
but nothing would be funnier to watch than a gay breakup on the live feeds, because
That would be pretty funny. But TV.
drama that'd be a lot of drama.
Mm.
Who do you think the fans are gonna like? Who are people
Well,
in the chat room liking?
people in the chat room are liking Donnie, for example. Ibrahim is saying Donnie's my favorite, but he's not gonna last. P.S. He watches The Real Housewives. Of course he does, because he's the furthest from freaking Duck Dynasty. Tiara says that she likes Frankie, and she had the same comparison to Will. Give him a chance, Cleo. She
I
wants him.
will I will give him a chance. I'm just pointing out things that I'm
Oh,
predicting that he'll do based on,
now,
based on
Cleo,
what?
wh- I didn't know this. We might have to make a phone call after this show, or you might. Tiara C is also saying Paula is GM's friend that she talked about on our Big Brother preview show. She
Okay.
was? She did?
I wasn't on that show.
You weren't
Oh,
on the
GM.
show?
No,
Oh, that's
GM.
right. You weren't on it. But
Did,
either way, you would know. Did you hear GM talk? Okay, I guess we're gonna have to find out.
but
We're gonna get back to you
okay.
on that.
But what about it? So okay.
So as we look, if Gina Marie knew that her friend was making it far and didn't tell us, you're hurting my heart, Gina Marie. You're hurting my heart. We could have prepared her. Could you imagine? Here's the thing, because you would have to be a super fan to have made it an hour and a half into the show. um, if you're a super fan and you are trying out for Big Brother 16, you'd be well advised to come and talk to us. Come talk to a Cleo, talk to a me, talk to some of these people. We'll put you on the right track. That's all I'm gonna say. I was gonna say something eventually.
Only if I like you.
Well, that's true. Only if we like you. Now, Cleo, I meant to say this before as well, because you were bringing up opposite worlds. We are going to have probably Steve and JR on to talk about the comparisons. I want to have you on as well for that, the comparisons between opposite worlds and this season's twist. But speaking of it, Steve wants us to know several house guests are expecting expressed interest in winning the first HOH. Are they thinking strategy or desperate not to be the first floater?
Steve, for, Steve, first of all, hi.
Second
And
of
second of
all,
all, I would just like to point out the winners of Big Brother 12 and Big Brother 13, who won HOH? They did. So
that's true.
I think, and who 14? Oh, he was evicted, but that wasn't really an HOH. Anyway, point is that, and also McCrae, I think, got as part of the reason why he got as far as he did in the game was because he won that first HOH. There's a lot of strategy, in my opinion, too, that of when you are HOH first, the house comes to you. The alliances come to you. You don't have to seek out alliances because, and so you're in a golden position. It isn't necessarily what happened to Rachel, but that is, that's what happened. That's how the brigade was formed. I think there's an advantage to winning HOH first, and I would try to win it first for that reason, because historically speaking, your odds of winning are higher than not.
True. I think you would. I think safety in the first week gives you more time to have more targets put on other people's backs. And you at least have the excuse of, I didn't know anybody. What could I? It's not my fault. Like, I didn't know you. It wasn't in person. You can legitimately make that excuse week one, where
And
you really can't.
and you are in a position to negotiate where you hold cards whereas nobody else has any cards to bargain with. But when you're
Right.
HOH, you do. I think it's a and thirdly, hi Steve.
Fourthly, sorry, Steve. Zach Adams says that he saw on Ariana Grande's Twitter that her brother Frankie was cast on Twitter. Is this it?
Ah! Wait,
SCFU Ariana.
Hold on. That just violated Robin Cass's #1 rule ever. There's no such word as casted. It's cast. Sorry.
Okay, well, we have to read it how they write.
Don't people. It's cast. CST.
Great. I'm more annoyed about the fact that we've had more questions and comments about this Ariana person who's not even on the show, and I'm already annoyed.
People tell me why it matters. That's what I want to know. if I had access to the goddamn chat room. I'd
You
like
don't,
to
because
know
your
what
audio
to
is much
say.
better now. But tweet, where can they tweet you with it, with the reasons, Cleo?
Miss Cleo BB.
Thank you. Okay, so, uh, okay,
When
um,
do we get to see Steve?
he's going to be on. Well, I know that I
I'm,
wanted to, maybe even this weekend. I told him first week of Big Brother, but maybe this weekend if he's around. Because I really think there are so many similarities between what Big Brother is doing this season to Opposite Worlds. However, my thought was I kind of want to hold off into the first episode so we can really have everything explained and then really talk about it in detail. Is my thought.
I agree. And
Uh,
we gotta watch more of these videos because if I can stomach them, some I mean some I just was it was a mercy fast forward, but I don't. Oh,
mhm.
do you really want to learn more about some of these house guests? I don't know if I do.
I do not. And what I also don't want to do is start wrapping it up, but I know that we need to. So let me just get us to two more quickie questions because I think these will be good. And right now, and since you're going to be on all season with us, Cleo, you have to pick one
Yay!
now. I'll let you change, but who are your picks to win, and who do you think will be evicted first? We already said who we thought was going to be evicted first. Who is your pick to win right now? I will let you change it after the first week if you want, but just right now, on our first impressions, who do you think could win the game?
Oh shit, it's way too soon.
Yeah, that's the point.
But I could see someone like Christine. I could see a random like Hayden. I can even see not Zach. I'm sorry. I need time. I need time to look.
Well, I wasn't about you knowing them. It was just on a first impression, who would you think could go far? But you gave three. That's fine. We're going to do this again when we're really going to make our decision, like the end of the first
What
week.
about you? What about or maybe Donnie? But what do you think?
I'm honestly, I would go with a Cody or who was my or Zach. I would go with a Cody or a Zach as of right now. And if I had to choose between them, I'd probably go with Zach.
Yeah, but I think Zach is gonna end up being a target really early in the game. He's because he's gonna stand out for being a social threat and probably a comp threat. And it just when it comes to those types of predictions, you really have to separate the likable who's likable from who do you think will win or go far. And they're different, totally separate. So,
Yeah.
uh, who do you think Grodner is going to rig it for?
I don't think we can know that
We don't
until
know.
we get through the first week.
What do you think is uh, just to like a sort of in summary, what is the sort of rationale behind this cast? Why 10 or maybe more recruits?
I mean, I think it's always typecasting with Big Brother. Like, I think Christine is like McCrae. I think Devin is like Howard. I think Jacasta, do we say, was like Candace. Joey was like Lydia. I think they're always trying to find people that we, on a subconscious level, are going to automatically relate to another Big Brother player that we didn't like. And when it's a season of all new people, I feel like casting really needs to do that, like subconsciously tie in our other senses into who they cast. So I think they look for people that fit molds of other Big Brother people.
Do you find it discouraging that they couldn't find more super fans to fill those roles?
No, because I hate to say it, I don't think a lot of us super fans would make good television. Like, we have to hand it to Robin, other than one or two seasons or one or two hiccups in seasons, she has cast some pretty great Big Brother seasons. And I think she knows what she's doing. I'm sure she's a fan of the game. If she could put all super fans in there, she would. But at the end of the day, there are demographics that have to be met for advertisers. Advertisers want, the African American, the Asian, the gay. You have to get all that in order to get like this is all the back end that people don't care about. But
why do you think? Because my biggest question is, why do you think they didn't tap into the veteran pool to fill that?
I think because they're waiting for next season, and they're going to do All Stars the next season, and they want all.
We said that last year, though.
But I didn't. Yeah.
Everybody said that last year because season 8, it's the right time. I mean, it just seems kind of hurried the way that so many of them were cast really last minute. There's just something that seems kind of. I don't know.
You mean you're saying you thought that there always was going to be returning players, something happened, and now we got all these people last second?
Yeah.
I don't think that's it at all. I don't think that's it at well, maybe.
I think it's a possibility. I think it's a very good they've been casting for so long, and I don't know.
Well, that's true. They had been casting for an insanely long time, and you'd think they would have had people earlier if for how long they've been casting. But I know Gina Marie also said, and who else? Like maybe Adam. Like a lot of people weren't coming out to the castings that they went to, so that could have something to do with it.
Yeah.
I would bet next season is All Stars. I did not think this season was going to be All Stars. I did for a hot second think returning players are coming back, but I didn't think it was going to be All Stars. I think next season is going to be All Stars, and I think they want to hold off. I
thought that this twist is high concept enough and complicated enough that it wouldn't be easy for returning players to outsmart it. That's why I think it was. It might be a twist that's being kind of squandered on a bunch of newbies who, wouldn't be able to figure out just regular Big Brother, let alone this Big Brother.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way at all. This would have been a good twist. As we know, as I think I said yesterday's show, like, and Amanda, a lot of people wouldn't have survived, I think, in the game set up the way it is right now.
No pre-show alliances could have been made like that would have mattered. That's what I'm getting at.
I know. I agree. Well, we are going to find out, Cleo, in less than a week from tonight. We are 6 days away from the official start of Big Brother. Of course, like I said, we will be live streaming from the New York City Big Brother premiere party. You can see all the people we're interviewing. It's for free at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB16. And then all season long, myself, Cleo, and John, plus an ex-house guest or an evicted house guest are going to be coming to you guys live after the Wednesday night show. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be like this. We're going to take your questions. We're going to break down the week. You're going to love it. Of course, thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. It really helps support all of our shows, as does getting the live feeds from Cleo's Tumblr.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Cleo. Tell the people where they can find you and...
You can find me at Miss Cleo BB.
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
And where can they find you on Tumblr?
MissCleoBB.tumblr.com. And just click that link. Just click that link and to sign up for the feeds. I really appreciate the support, and I don't want to have to use my dog to shill for feeds any longer.
And I can't use mine because he's hairless. Well, because he was cute and adorable, and then the groomer turned him into a child.
Yeah.
He was, like, hideous looking now.
Yeah, well, I'm no longer house-sitting, so I don't have him with me.
Well, maybe you should go back there, because your connection was better. But um, here, yeah, whatever. I forget what my last point was. Big Brother season, we're covering it for you guys all season long. Check out all of our Big Brother content over at
And I
yourrealityrecaps.com/BB60.
love all of your tweets. Everybody's tweets are the best. I love them. I love them. I love them. You guys are so much fun, and you're better. You're more fun than the show itself. There's nothing I like more than chatting with everybody on Twitter. So
Because it is all in fun, everyone, and we're
good
all just here to
fun.
have a good
It's
time.
not. We're not hating. We're goofing.
We're goofing and having fun. And on that note, Cleo would like all of you who were in the chat room to start tweeting him. He would like full descriptions of Ariana Grande. I know Cleo loves when his timeline is filled up with stuff like that. So everybody just start tweeting Cleo, and we will see you guys all probably this weekend. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.